Hey, Sam. So I know you guys had a couple of tough games there. I was just curious, you're a veteran guy. What do you think it's going to take to just sort of get back on track? Is it a big deal? Is it sort of, it's your consecutive losses for the first time all year. So I just want to get your perspective on that.
Yeah, so as you said, first time this year we've had losses back to back.
Yeah.
I feel like the energy in the locker room has been where it's needed to be. Guys have not got down on it or whatnot. We know that, we know we're a very good basketball team. And I think, tough loss to Virginia, very good team at home. When a team plays well at home, it's hard to beat them. And obviously we saw last night as well, they're on a bit of a roll themselves. They're playing very well together, and the system that they have there. Those are two tough losses, ones that you really wish you could go back and play again, but got to keep moving forward. And I think where we're at right now, we're going to prepare well for Georgia Tech tomorrow and our games coming up. Coaches always give us a good game plan and we trust in one another. So we're in a good place. We'll be good. We know we've got veterans and we can figure this out.
Go to Michelle Kaufman from the Miami Herald.
Hey, Sam. A couple of us chatted with Coach Larinaga yesterday, and he said that he spoke to his sports psychology friend who told him his advice was to ask the players to give input into what do you guys think you need to he felt that the team had lost a little bit of juice, in his words, in the last two games. And he was going to ask you guys what you felt you needed, for you guys to give input. Do the practices need to be harder, easier? Do you need to do more shooting? Has that question been posed already? And what have the players said? What do you feel needs to happen to get the juice back?
Yeah, so I know Coach Al, yesterday especially, I don't know if you saw the video on Kane Soups and whatnot, the team after our practice went and had like a game of, I'll just call it baseball. I don't know what it's called.
Wiffle ball.
Something like that. It was some type of baseball variant. And the whole message behind that was, it's a game and you're meant to have fun. And that's something we got to carry over to the basketball court as well. When we were playing very well at our best level, it was a fun environment. Everyone was up, lots of energy, lots of enjoyment. And it's not like we haven't been at that point the last two games. Guys have still got energy, guys still going into those games expecting to win those, but it's just, we can take it to another level. We can bring that environment back to the locker room. And yeah, that's something that's Coach has emphasized, all season, but specifically the last couple of days is, it's a game, guys. You got to have fun and you got to play with your friends and play to the best of your ability. And yeah, yesterday, after practice playing that little fun game, whatnot, that was just another emphasis on that. And, guys are going to come back in, going to keep working hard. We're going to have a great practice today. That's something the guys are talking about. We got to have one of the best practices that we've had all season today. Lots of energy. And, because this is a big game tomorrow. And guys are excited to get back out there and try, bring this back to where it should be.
Can I ask one just quick follow-up? Do you think that it's just the timing, that it was just, a little bit of wear and tear here in February? You guys have won so many games in a row. And, was it just maybe just a little bit of mental fatigue and now you've got to get re-energized?
Yeah, you could look at many things about what it could be and whatnot. And yeah, it's really hard to pinpoint exactly what it was. But, we're preparing the same way that we always do. Guys are in the gym, like always. And I feel like that Virginia game, it could have, if we just hit a couple more shots, we're getting the looks that we wanted, the look that we've been making all season. If we hit a couple more shots, I feel like it's a completely different ball game going into that second half. And who knows, but that's something. Guys have been in the gym since that game, getting shots up, making sure that when we get those open shots again, we're burying them. So, there's not too much panic or concern or anything like that. It's really just some adversity, and every team faces adversity throughout the season. And yeah, hopefully we can come back and be better from it.
Thank you.
Go to Adam Lichtenstein from the Sun Sentinel.
Hey, Sam. Coach Larinaga mentioned yesterday on the teleconference that, at first he mentioned that, you guys, against Virginia, didn't quite create enough turnovers and how much you guys rely on that. And then he also mentioned that, there's been some fatigue setting in. Do you think those two things are linked?
Yeah. I feel like against Virginia, like we played pretty good defense in that first half, maybe except for like the last few minutes there. Like we came out kind of the aggressives. You had Jordan with 7 steals that game, and I think like 3 of those came in the first 5 minutes or whatnot. And yeah, so like we kind of came out with that mind, like that same style of play that we had. That chance favors the aggressor. That's something that we've always kind of said, and we were getting steals, kind of disrupting them. But it kind of, I don't really know exactly what happened in the game. Maybe fatigue or something like that. But yeah, we kind of let them be a bit more comfortable in their system, and that kind of got them going a bit. But again, like first half, I don't think we played terrible defense. It's just we weren't really hitting our shots, and they were open shots that we were getting. We're good. Guys are rested. We have an amazing training staff here, and Coach Phil and Sam Johnson in the training room. They're amazing. They work with us every single day, making sure that we're good. So we're fine. We're not worried about it or anything like that.
Chris Stock from Inside the U.
Tim, I'm curious about your keys defensively at the defensive end, things you're trying to focus on there in the interior for you to have success on the defensive end personally.
Like what I'm doing personally to try have this team defensively. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, Sam, just kind of when you go into games, what personally are you trying to get done so you have a good game defensively? What are keys for you to have success personally?
Obviously, as a team, we're trying to be a very disruptive team. I don't know exactly where we are now after last game. I haven't really looked at it, but I know going into that, like we were first in the ACC in causing turnovers. So that, that's kind of our identity, that scrappy team that's running around there. And we're an undersized team as well. I'm 6'10", 225 at center, going against guys who are 7'1" or 7 foot 250. So my job is not to stay behind them or play in a one-on-one battle with them, because that's not really going to work out. It's my job to get in front of them, make them throw the ball over the top of me. Don't let them catch the ball in the post whatsoever, because I know if they throw it over, that's when it's up in the air like that, that's a loose ball. Anyone can go get that, and that's when our guys go in there, get scrappy, and go get those steals for us. And ball screens and whatnot, getting out there hard, showing. Sometimes we trap, and that's something in our defense. Like we kind of mix it up a lot. Teams don't really know what's going to be coming to them, and I feel like the speed and versatility that we have in our lineup allows us to do that. And we are very smart players as well. So when the coaches tell us, okay, we're changing up to this or this or this, guys are able to adapt to that very easily. But that's our defense. That's my job. When it comes to the bigs, denying them in the post, making loose balls and big efforts and whatnot. And, I feel like that's really worked for us, and it's something that we really have to get back to. In Virginia, we kind of took a step back there halfway through that first half. But no, it's something we got to get to again and have it for a full 40 minutes of a game, because when we're at that point, we're playing our best basketball, because that translates into our offense as well. When we're able to get out and run, get open laps and open threes, that's when we're at our best. So, yeah.
Good time for one more for Sam. We'll go back to Michelle Kaufman, and then we'll have Cam come in.
I want to ask you about Georgia Tech. You played them, I guess it was really just 10 days ago. What did you learn from that game, and what do you guys have to do differently? What are you expecting from Georgia Tech tomorrow, and what do you think you might do differently this time?
Yeah, Georgia Tech's a very energy-driven team. They have some great talented players. DeVoe, one of the best scorers, not only in this league, but in the country. And I feel like last game against them, Cam did a great job, and the team did a good job of kind of shutting him down a bit, not letting him get going. So that's something that we got to emphasize again going into this game. But, it's something that you expect. He's a great player, and he can really have an impact on the game and hurt us a bit. So, you got to look at that. And then you have Usher as well, who's like one of the most hardworking players in this league, probably in the country. He goes 100%, 110% all the time. And that's something you got to hone in on as well, knowing that what he's going to do. They're a zone playing team, but they get out into the passing lanes. So we got to be very locked in, not just, casually throwing the ball to the next guy or whatnot. We have to be focused on our passes, because if they're able to get out and just run in transition, that's not going to be good for us. We're at our best when we're able to set our defense and get the other team turning the ball over. And we found against Georgia Tech, I think in their half court offense, we held them to around 0.5 points per possession. It's like that wins every game. But where they hurt us was in that transition, because their zone is so high up in those passing lanes that when they do get a steal, they're able to get out and run. So that's something we got to focus on. If we do miss a shot, if they do get a steal, is that everyone getting back in transition so we can set our defense and don't give up easy layups. We're gonna watch the film from last game we have the last couple of days. Gonna watch some more today. Coach is gonna give us another great game plan, and it's just our job to go out there and execute it.
Hey Cam, just kind of a general question for you. It's evident that the team has a lot of chemistry and a lot of experience with many of the older guys in the team. Can you just talk about a little bit how this locker room is, what has the locker room become and what makes this team so special?
Just, having guys that have been in the organization for so long. We know Coach L's philosophies. We know the team philosophies. We know, what we're expected of as a unit and as a team. So, when you have guys that have been here 3, 4, 5 years, it's very easy to help the younger guys and the new guys get accustomed to, the culture, how things are done, and the way we play. And, we got great older guys, great senior leadership, and that's been, the biggest difference in just being able to help other people that are new to the program and that have transferred in.
Or Chris Stock from inside the year.
Hey Cam, you've obviously faced Michael DeVoe quite a few times over your career. What are those battles like? And essentially also what makes him tough to go against as a player?
Just his confidence that he plays with and the green light that Coach Passer gives him. That's what makes him so tough to guard. He's a 3-level scorer. He can get it from behind the three. Shoot, he can pull it from almost half court. He's got deep range. He can get to the basket. Coach Passer does a great job of getting him to his left hand. It's just going to be all about, toughness, effort, and our willingness to help each other out. I know sometimes I might have, we might get caught in situations where we switch. So there may be a possession or two where someone else has to guard him. But, for the most part, we just got to do a good job of containing him and not letting him get comfortable and, not letting his confidence get high. If we can, limit his confidence from not seeing shots go in or not even being able to get any shots up, that helps us tremendously. But, I always look forward to taking on the team's best scoring guard. So I look forward to it on Wednesday.
Or Matt Shodell from Canesport.
Hey Cam, I was just curious. It's been you guys haven't lost 2 games in a row all year. Have you seen anything over the last couple of games that maybe caused some of these issues and these losses? And are they sort of just easy to correct? Can you sort of just share your thoughts on that?
Not necessarily. I mean, if you look back at it from November 28th or 27th, somewhere around there until, that first week of when we played Florida State, we hadn't lost a game. So I just think, it's just part of the season, part of the grind. You win some, you lose some. We all knew, we weren't going to be undefeated. It's not something that, a team just regularly does. So, like I always say, losses are a way for us to go back, reflect, and, get better. So these 2 losses, we've embraced them, and we know as a team now, hey, we did a lot. We've had a lot of success, but we still got another jump we need to make. So it was just back to the drawing board, back to the film room, and regrouping everybody, getting back in the gym, and getting focused and locked in on the next game.
Or Adam Lichtenstein from Sun Sentinel.
Hi Cam. I mean, obviously you have a lot of experience, playing college basketball. You've been around for a little bit. What have you seen, or what have you found to be effective in kind of like keeping energy levels up, kind of holding off fatigue, kind of when you're in this kind of dog day stretch of the season, in the middle of February and stuff?
Honestly, this is, this goes back to the grind in the summer. That's what you live so hard for, condition so hard for. So when this part of the season comes around, you've already built up that muscle tissue to, not break down or you're not getting hurt and stuff like that. We've done a great job of staying healthy. That's just all credit to the weight room and, the hard work we put in the off season, even during the season. The last 2 years I've been here, we really haven't been lifting, because people were dealing with injuries and stuff like that. We're playing 5, 6 guys, so everybody has to stay fresh. We've done a good job of staying in the weight room, of staying in the training room, and just making our bodies a priority and making sure that we're doing all the stuff we can, from eating right, drinking enough water, getting our Pedialytes in before the game. Our team is very responsible when it comes to, keeping our bodies maintained, just from, the experiences we've had the last couple of years. So I just think the past experiences have helped us and taught us what we need to do in order to stay healthy and continue to keep down on the path that we've been going so far.
And what about on like the mental side of things and just like staying focused during this grind?
I got to give credit to Coach L for that. He's one of the coaches, just as much as he always says, mental is to physical as 4 is to 1. So, being mentally strong, being mentally healthy, that's one thing Coach L really prioritizes and takes seriously. So all the stuff that we do, even in our pregame, we take a moment of silence and pray and clear our minds and visualize and get ready for the game. So I give Coach L the credit to that. I mean, he's the one who really helps us and actually practices and teaches, mentally being prepared and, how to have how to stay on top of the mental side of the game.
Time for 2 more. Go to Michelle and then Cal.
Hey, Cam, and keeping on that same theme of motivation and mental stuff with Coach L, a couple of us talked to him yesterday about, he said that, he was going to talk to his sports psychologist friend about things to do to help motivate and to get you guys going. And I understand you guys played, I think, wiffle ball or something after practice. Can you just talk about the motivational stuff that he's done maybe in the last 24 hours and what kind of conversations he's had with you guys? Because he said he felt the team had lost a little juice, in his words, the last 2 games, to get the juice back.
Yeah, back to the handball we played yesterday after practice. That was really fun, just to Coach L's biggest thing, and our message of the day yesterday, even before practice, was, you can't play good without having fun. And, that is something that a lot of coaches, you lose 2 games, you're in the film room, you're practicing an extra hour, you're getting cussed out. Coach L saw that as an opportunity. Hey, we need to freshen up our mental. Maybe we're not as fresh as we usually are. So, we had some fun yesterday, and he also just, makes sure that everybody's having fun, because he knows without that, you can't really play to the best of your ability. So I think that was very good for us. And what was your other question?
Yeah, just that, he was going to talk to you guys about what you guys felt needed. What did you guys need to get the juice back? But it sounds like fun seems to be one of the things then that he was focusing on.
Definitely. It's been it's a grind. You're playing in the ACC, you just as easy as you can win 3 in a row, you can lose 3 in a row a lot easier. So, you're playing tough competition night in, night out, some of the best players and against the best coaches. So, you just have to be mentally sharp and locked in. And, having fun and being focused is the key to all of that. So without that, it's going to be hard for us to, continue to win games. And he realizes that. And like I said, he does a great job of, making sure that it's not just grind, and dudes aren't, having the same energy level. He'll ask us, hey, should we go light today and then pick it up tomorrow? Or should we go hard today and go light tomorrow? He's a real player's coach. So that's, one of the reasons why I came here.
Thank you.
For Cam comes from Cal Friedman.
Hey, Cam, kind of an awkward way to build off that last question. Your team's on a 2-game losing streak. You've got 2 big games against 2 teams that you've beaten before, and you're playing against 2 of the top scorers in the ACC. Do you, as one of the leaders of this team, feel a little bit of pressure in these 2 games?
I wouldn't say we feel pressure, but we definitely know that, these are some, we gotta start winning. We got to get in that win column again, losing 2 in a row. We've had a whole week of losing. That doesn't feel good as an organization. It doesn't feel good as a player or a coach. So we're definitely ready and locked in. It's definitely going to be a challenge, like you said. Yeah, DeVoe's one of the better better guards in the conference, and then we go to Wake, right, and play against Alonnis Williams, and he's probably having, you know, the best season out of anybody in our conference right now. So it's definitely going to be a challenge, but you know, that's what meant to be the best. You got to beat the best. So we just look forward to the challenge and look forward to get back in the winning column.